gentlemen and graduates, welcome to this Birmingham City University Awards ceremony. We will be opening proceedings in the next few minutes. Can I first make some important announcements and requests to ensure that everyone can fully enjoy the occasion? Can you please turn all your mobile phones to silent or switch them off completely? We welcome you taking photos and videos during the ceremony, but if you are doing so, please do not stand or block the view of others in the audience. We have some students who have chosen to opt out of being filmed and photographed as they cross the stage. These students will be presented at the end of the ceremony, and we ask that you respect their wishes and not take any photographs or film of them as they cross the stage. We have more than 500 students graduating this morning, and each one who crosses the stage is important to us. Please do clap and cheer as loudly as you wish as your graduate crosses the stage, and allow other members of the audience to do so without distraction when their graduate is crossing. The ceremony is scheduled to be approximately 2 hours long. In our experience, small children can become restless during proceedings and sometimes even a little noisy. If your child does become unsettled, can we please ask you to move quietly out of the hall in order that they do not distract other guests and graduates from their enjoyment. We have a comfortable viewing room where you can still watch the proceedings and tend to your child. Your nearest door steward will be able to direct you. Graduates, this is important for you. You have been seated carefully and in a particular order to ensure that every person crosses the stage in the right order. Please do stay in your assigned seat, and when you are asked to come out of your row and move round ready to process, please do not move out of your assigned order. Our graduation ceremonies are formal occasions and do follow a traditional format. They will begin with a fanfare, following which the academic procession and the Pro-Chancellor's procession will enter the hall. At the end of the ceremony, once the Pro-Chancellor closes proceedings, could I please ask graduates to stand once again and for guests to remain in your seats until the procession has exited the hall, after which you will be able to leave and join your party to celebrate your graduates' achievements. Now we are about to begin. Can I please ask everyone to stand as the processions enter the hall? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this warm day, please be seated and make yourselves comfortable. Well, good morning, and it's my pleasure to declare this congregation now open. I preside over this ceremony as Pro-Chancellor of the University, and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to participate in such a wonderful occasion in celebrating the achievements of all of our students. Without any further ado, I'm going to call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Philip Plowden, to give the opening address.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, graduands. As Vice-Chancellor of Birmingham City University, I am delighted to welcome you all to this awards ceremony. You're all very, very welcome, but I want to start with a particular welcome for the most important group of people in this hall today, and that is the graduating class of 2018. Today is your day. This is about your success. It's about your very great achievement in making it here today. And I think we should start by congratulating you. And while we're recognizing achievement, there is another group of people here today, and without them, none of what you have achieved would have been possible. And that's the staff from across the university, particularly those who have taught you and worked with you, many of whom join us today on stage, but also all of those who keep the university running, because it's as a team that they have made your achievements possible. And I wonder, graduands, if I can invite you to give a huge round of applause for the university staff. And finally, and I promise this is the last one of these, but another group of people without whom you as graduands could not possibly have succeeded on your journey. And that's the people who have been there to support you and to encourage you and to believe in you, sometimes when you didn't believe in yourself during your studies. So that's your families, your supporters, your friends, your fellow students, everyone who you can think of as you get to this important point today where you look back and think, thank heavens they were there. So a final big thank you to everyone who has helped you in that way. As you can tell, I am enormously proud of what our university achieves, and what a year it has been. It's a year when the university celebrates 175 years since its founding as the Birmingham Government School of Art and Design in 1843. And we have seen enormous change during that time. And the most recent and most obvious change has been our move to the heart of Birmingham, with almost 300 million of investment into the new facilities on East Side and down in Edgbaston, including the magnificent new Royal Birmingham Conservatoire and the astonishing new facilities for health, education, life sciences and sport down at our City South campus in Edgbaston. And within the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, again, what a year it has been. There have been almost 60 external awards and shortlistings for students and our recent graduates, and since I was given this list about a week ago, I'm sure it's comfortably more than that now. The new conservatoire was formally opened and received royal recognition as the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire. And one of our junior conservatoire students, of course, Lauren Jang, went on to win the BBC Young Musician 2018 right here. We received a significant private donation from Keith Bradshaw in recognition of the work that takes place within your faculty and the Conservatoire in particular. The School of Jewellery continues to win awards wherever you go, including for the second year in a row, the Goldsmiths Prize. In the New Technology Institute, one of our postgraduate students, Wilfred Kiyomi, who was studying film distribution and marketing, was part of a group that was nominated for an Oscar. In fashion and textiles, there were multiple prizes at Graduate Fashion Week. And we had displays from fashion, from photography, from the Conservatoire, among others, at Grand Central Station, showing off exactly what you do and why it is so important. And with that in mind, it is absolutely no surprise that we had a record-breaking number of visitors come along to the Family Day. And it's been a year when there has been great success across the university as a whole. And the most pleasing is the confirmation that our graduates are the most employable in this city, with almost 98% of last year's students in either work or further study within 6 months of leaving the university. But universities are about more than just what happens next. I want to take an opportunity to just step back briefly, if I may, and to touch on what I hope university can mean for all of you. Let's start by talking about what we're wearing today. These gowns and these caps. You don't normally dress like that as far as I've spotted, and I certainly don't wear this every day. So what is it about this ceremony? Why do we make today so ceremonious? Well, the formal gowns are part of a tradition that reaches back into the 12th and the 13th centuries. They recognize our unity as a community of learning, a community that commits to the values of scholarship as a means through which we transform the society around us. They recognize that you, as graduands, remain a key part of that community. And our mission as a university, the set of values that sets our direction, recognizes that role, because it says that we exist to transform the prospects of individuals, of employers, and of society. And you are the agents of that transformation. I'm still relatively recently arrived in Birmingham, but what a stunning city this is, and what an amazing region the West Midlands is. From the big new corporates like HSBC to the astonishingly vibrant arts scene with the Hippodrome, the Rep, the Library of Birmingham. We have HS2 landing on our very doorstep as a university. We have the Commonwealth Games coming into what was our Perry Bar campus. And only yesterday we got the announcement that Channel 4 are looking at Birmingham as one of the 3 on its final shortlist for its new out-of-London headquarters. This is a place and a time of huge change, a massive transformation. Not all of it is going to be easy. The political contexts are like nothing we could have expected even 2 years ago. The impact of the decision to leave the EU is, at best, unknown. But this is where your education is of such critical importance. Yes, the research tells us that graduates are more employable, that generally they will earn more, that in times of change they're more able to adapt and adjust. But the research tells us much more than that, because it tells us that as graduates, you are more likely to be engaged with society around you. You're more likely to play an active part in culture, in politics, in volunteering, in short, in shaping our future. So let me offer you a thought, if I may, and maybe a challenge. 5 years ago, the Chief of the Australian Army, General David Morrison, stood up at International Women's Day to recognise formally, publicly, that there had been harassment and abuse, both physical and emotional, against women in his organisation. As the General put it, these were women who'd been robbed of that irreplaceable component of their individual human personal identity, their dignity and self-respect. And if you're interested, you can find his address to his troops online. His anger and his shame are palpable. But what I want to offer to you is the fact that much of his anger was directed at those who had stood by, those who had witnessed the abuse but had said nothing, who had allowed the behaviours to continue unchallenged. And he said something that I think is important for all of us. He said this: the standard you walk past is the standard you accept. Now, his world is a world away from us here today in this hall, but the challenge, I suggest, is the right one for us all. Each and every one of you that is graduating here today has shown dedication and personal commitment. If you hadn't, you wouldn't be here today. And you stand at the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And you probably don't believe me, but I can tell you that it will be you that shapes our society. The future belongs to you. And as Spider-Man, the great philosopher, reminds us, with great power comes great responsibility. And that's the responsibility to care for one another, to set the standards that you want to live by, to create the society that you can be proud of. And as part of that process, you are going to challenge the assumptions and the behaviours of the past. You have to do that if you are going to create a better future for us all. The standard you walk past is the standard that you accept. I know that as our graduates, you have the skill, capability, knowledge to thrive. We on this stage believe in you. Today, you become part of an outstanding body of alumni who make a difference every day in over 100 countries worldwide. You will always be part of the Birmingham City University family. So come and talk to us at the alumni stands that are outside. Stay in touch with us. And if you need help, now or in the future, remember that as one of our alumni, you can still use our careers service and our employment advisors. Let us help you. We will always be here for you. So to you, to the graduating class of 2018, I offer my warmest congratulations. Well done, you. I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, Professor David Roberts, to commence the presentation of award holders, and on the Pro-Chancellor to receive the students. Thank you.
As Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media who've qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I commence by presenting the candidates for the award of research degree. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Becoming Landscape, fold here, Interrupting Landscape Language and the Creative Act, I present Dr. Stuart Muggeridge. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Creating a New Urban Life, a Critical Study of the Educational Significance of the Shanghai Biennale, I present Dr. Yan Wang. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy for a thesis entitled Seeking Cultural Originality, a Critical Study on Contemporary Product Design in China, I present Dr. Pei Yu. I now invite Professor Colin Gale to the lectern to present award holders from the School of Art and the School of Fashion and Textiles.
The award of Master of Arts in Fine Art, Yan Zhou. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Art and Design, Kenneth Banks. Daisy Blecker. Michelle Chan. Amy Curran. Mitchell Edwards. Chloe Graham. George Graves. Elna Harris. Sean Hubble. Tafara Kangwende. Andrew Lee. David Navaza. Liam Freighter. Zanahira Musafa. Bethan Nichol. Jack O'Callaghan. Faye Proctor. Hannah Elliott. Jessica Skidmore. Isabella Sladachekova. Annie Wilkinson. Xingyue Shu. Maria Andre. Remy Andrews. Molly Ashfield Hayes. Ellie Ashley. Masuma Barwani. Emily Broom. Miriam Bruton. Amber Butler. Eleanor Buxton. Jolie Byrne. Nina Campbell. Benedict Chandler. Sabrina Chowdhury. Amy Coles. Amber Critchlow. Esky Dagley. Ishmael De Niro. Carly Down. Charlotte French. Sergu. Chloe Haberfield. Abigail Hallam. Laura Harrison. Alaya Haven. Hickey. Joseph Hinks. Wan Ying Ho. Phoebe Jackson. Michaela Jenkins. Sandeep Kaur. Sarah Kitteridge. Victoria Cosmo. Katie Lewis. Iona Makovej. Dineo Masiane. Tanya Mavish. Karen Meads. Farwa Moladina. Georgia Morris. Ellie Murphy. Adam Neal. Savina Onisiforu. Emily Parsons. Victoria Powell. Samantha Ricketts. Matthew Rigby. Bethany Robbins. Mandeep Sandhu. Bethany Semple. Miriam Shah. Faye Sheesby. Joy Sheffield. Liam Smith. Tara Stanley. Ooh Sutcliffe. Prabhasri Suanakot. Laura Tao. Olivia Walsh. Margaret Ward. Shijie Shu. Madeline Yeboah. Sania Mariam Imran. Shishe Ni. Sarah Abraham. Mina Ali. Rosie Bajika Simba. Natalia Barrett Johnson. Kirsty Bayliss. Nikki Binti Daniel Tan. Alexandra Birkinshaw. Molly Bradford. Francis Bryant. Alice Chandler. Liru Chen. Jessica Clark. Zoe Cocking. Georgina Collins. Madison Collins. Anna Codfasser. Mary Cox. Sophie Daly. Kirandeep Dami. Courtney Donegal. Jasmine Dudgeon. Gabrielle Edwards. Alison Ferguson. Shannon Foreman. Grace Francis. Sam Fulwood. Magda Gill. Geeta Gohil. Naomi Gordon. Emily Graham. Stephanie Green. Georgia Griffiths. Shannon Griffiths. Rebecca Hampton. Sophie Hardy. Marie Harrison. Bethany Jane Heenan. Rebecca Hollis. Flora Cook. Zachariah Hopkins. Bethany Howcroft Davies. Rebecca Howland. Claude Hunter. Sabrina Shannon Hilton. Gerda Ivanovskaita. Paige Jones. Lily Jukes. Sukhvinder Kaur. Tao Quiet. Holly Lewis. Olivia Liddle. Charlotte Lovelock. Zosha Lowndes. Tanyarat Liwang Liu. Ellie Mahan. Kaylee Marchant. Lily McEnroe. Hannah McNally. Olivia McQueen. Rebecca Mills. Priya Mystery. Zara Morrison. Sissy Nakube. Stevie Newton-Jones. Sinead O'Rafferty. Naomi Onanuga. Tinging Un. Chloe Ord. Haiying Pang. Abigail Parks. Molly Pearson. Kieran Reel. Siobhan Ruhan. Lydia Shackleton Jeffrey. Alana Shafi. Jaina Sidhu. Carla Smallman. Bria Smith. Hannah Smith. Megan Smith. Ellie Stansell. Cassandra Stevens. Zoe Summers. Lois Taylor. Ardina Taylor Castle. Pochuan Singh. Bethany Walker. Katie Watson. Laura Watson. Amber Williams. Laura Williams. Molly Williams. Halvey Williams. Holly Woodward. Liu Young. Lydia Yeabesley. Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Business and Promotion, Henna Rana. Victoria Tafragiaiskaya. Shannon Akers. Bethany Barnes. Tanvi Berry. Amira Binti Abdullah. Jessica Bright. Jasmine Buck. Grace Carruthers. Fariha Chaudhry. Danielle Clark. Imogen Carville-Gray. Catherine Dennis. Iola Downing. Saffron Edwards. Wanyan Fan. Emma Flavel. Amber Foreman. Joanne Gale. Josephine Gold. Nairi Hall. Elisha Hillwood. Bethany Hilton. Maria Hussain. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design with Fashion Communication, Shannon Kelly. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design, Katie Langridge. Hannah Lewin. Bethany Lunn. Christiana McKenna. Charlotte Moore. Nazira Muslim. Maria Nawaz. Duan Nagoyan. Eilish Nolan. Genevieve Joyce Porcionchula. Olivia Riley. Tony Rolls. Uzma Rabani. Lucy Saltinstall. Natasha Saridaki. Kate Seal. Yusi Tang. Claire Tiplady. Pak Tong. Kamila Velihanova. Sabrina Walker. Ekaterina Webb. Caris Wilcox-Reed. Rui Yo. Bachelor of Arts in Fashion Design, Aminat Ademola. Oprah Wambeti. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design with Design for Performance, Atina Ameri. Sophie Bowater. Chloe Bradley. Annabelle Carter. Bethany Crampton. Jamie Cresswell. Joyce Giron. Katie Hemmings. Elizabeth Jarvis. Chloe Jones. Amy Nicholson Jones. Christy Ann Ollis. Charlie Pope. Gracie Purcell. Jennifer Roberts. Daniel Rutter. Daisy Salisbury. Megan Thomas. Demelza Wooten. Alice Young. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design with Fashion Communication, Leah Airy. Faith Anyanegbu. Madison Berry. Katie Boniface. Amy Brotherton. Abigail Bryant. Joanna Burrows. Brona Cooley. Emma Coate. Letitia Curtis Lateo. Isabella Davis. Molly Denham. Natasha Foster. Grace Leonard. Taylor Lewis. Hannah Lyon. Cameron Patel. Zoe Russell. Freya Sheard. Rebecca Swithenbank. Natasha Tagar. Christy Tilley. Alice Wiley. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Fashion Design with Garment Technology, Diane Bentley. Sarah Bond. Heather Brooks. Hannah Crutchley. Demi Homer. Abigail Hyde. Divya Kaur. Ella Keskin-Gilinch. Lois Martin. Jackie Massey. Sumaya Noreen. Bethany Stewart. Hang Tran. Michelle Yao. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Textile Design, Constructed Textiles, Josephine Beavers. Pauline Dallow. Danielle Smith. Bachelor of Arts in Textile Design, Abby Leung. Maggie Tong. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Textile Design Embroidery, Chloe Baker. Emily Beards. Louise Chilman. Jessica Croker. Smilta Diliunaitia. Philippa Lloyd. Marie-Therese McCumiskey. Louise Newbold. Lorna Phipps. Lauren Turner. Katie Turton. Yasmin Nicole Williams. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Textile Design, Printed Textiles and Surface Design, Hannah Compston-Jones. Nathera Felix. Charlotte Greenwood. Frances Groves. Alice Hall. Georgie Hill. Juliet Ivanov. Anna Johnston. Rebecca Lewis. Hannah Mayling. Rachel McCool. Kelly McDuff. Sally Musa. Georgia Osmond. Lara Oztekin. Sophie Porter. Emily Rafferty. Mujahida Samuel. Eleanor Rose Stanton. Emily Streeter. Sophie Walker. Abigail Warburton. Natasha Warren. Hannah Whitehouse. Bachelor of Arts in Textile Design, Junaid Mahmood. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Textile Design, Retail Management, Raneem Adla. Katie Allen. Florence Bell Lund. Sandeep Chadha. Laura Coombs. Siobhan Healy. Phoebe Jones. Natasha McCarthy. Alice Oatley. Kira Pagan. Ellie Quick. Jessie Trevis. Charlotte Waller. This completes the presentation of graduates from the School of Art and the School of Fashion and Textiles.
And this completes the first presentation of awards to graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media.
We are, this morning, delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Lung Juin, and I now call upon the University Orator to give the citation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University honoris causa on Leng Jun. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most magical moments in the works of Shakespeare occurs in his late play, The Winter's Tale. It's about a king, Leontes, who believes his queen, Hermione, has been cheating on him. He's wrong. Horrified by his treatment of her, she feigns death, and so he falls into a period of remorse. But then he's told of a statue to commemorate her. He goes to see it, and he cannot quite believe his eyes. It's astonishingly real. "Chide me, dear stone," he says, "that I may say thou art indeed Hermione. The fixture of her eye has motion in it as we are mocked with art." Well, maybe you know what happens next. The statue walks off the pedestal and embraces him. It's the real Hermione. Leontes exclaims with heartrending simplicity, "Oh, she's warm." Well, if you found yourself standing in front of one of the many extraordinary paintings by leading Chinese artist Leng Jun, our guest today, you might well have a similarly uncanny experience. Take his 2004 portrait of a woman in a green jumper, hands folded demurely in a way that recalls the picture everyone goes to see at the Louvre in Paris, and it is indeed Leng Jun's very own Mona Lisa. But her enigma is not, like Leonardo's, her supposed mood, her hypothetical social class, or even whether she's really a woman at all. Here, it's whether she might not be a painting after all, but the very finest grained digital photograph, or maybe even, like Hermione herself, actually alive and about to step off the canvas. The detail is simply staggering. The tiny creases of the finger joints, the cuticles on the nails, a stray fragment of fluff from the sleeve of her jumper. The fixture of her eye has motion in it as we are mocked with art. Well, it's a cliche of art history that with the invention of photography, portrait painting had to become more abstract in order to justify itself. The more the camera could not lie, the more the artist sought less obvious ways of representing the human face, whether the angular lines of Picasso or the fleshly tortures of Francis Bacon. Well, Leng Jun's work beautifully reverses that cliched logic. He uses the textures of paint itself to capture a hyper-reality whose technical accomplishment is worthy of the great Italian Renaissance master, Bronzino. Leng Jun was born in 1963 in Sichuan province, and he graduated in 1984 from the Teachers College in Hankou in Wuhan, where I'm proud to say our university has a partner institute for the study of creative arts. Now he lives and works in Beijing, enjoying the very highest esteem among his peers, as is evident from his impressive list of prizes, including the Art Award in the second annual Chinese Oil Painting Exhibition in Beijing, the Golden Award in the third annual Chinese Art Exhibition. His paintings are sold regularly at auctions throughout the world and have been acquired for private and institutional collections wherever you look. He applies his exceptional gifts not just to people, but to everyday objects. Look them up, to a mask lying on rumpled silk, to an everyday spoon whose every scratch and dent is captured with brilliant assurance, to a stand of bamboo trees that seem to stir as you pass them by. So if he matches the Italians for portraiture, he competes with the Dutch at still life. I can urge you to do no more than to find his work online and, like Shakespeare's Leontes, wonder whether some magic is really at work. Ladies and gentlemen, Leng Jun has been a good friend to our university in establishing our presence in China, but just as importantly, he is an inspiration to every young artist here. We all aim for perfection in everything we do. It's right that we should. Most of us fall short, but we keep on learning. And when you look at this artist's work, you know what perfection really means. So Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Leng Jun.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the Academic Board and confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Leng Jun, and I invite you, Pro-Chancellor, to present the commemorative medal made by our students in the School of Jewellery. That completes the conferment of the award of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa, and I now invite Professor David Roberts to continue the presentation of award holders from the faculty.
And I duly invite Jeremy Hobbins to the lectern to present award holders from the School of Jewellery and the School of Visual Communication.
A Bachelor of Science with Honours in Gemology and Jewellery Studies, Anisha Bakshi. Laura Bacardi. Michael Botros. Bokwi Gao. Barake Karoma. The Bachelor of Science in Gemology and Jewellery Studies goes to Lauren Thomas. The Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Horology, Tyler Davis. Tom Felton Smith. Simon Millett. Kate Thompson. Eleanor Tucker. And Chris Yakumetos. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Jewellery and Silversmithing, the Design for Industry, Daniel Bollard. Bethany Brown. Hon Chung. Wei Yui Chung. Andrew Cowley. Daisy Grice. Ki Ying Kwok. Wing Leung. Ashley Lissamore. Sarah Parry. Hawaii Jen Chiao. Ophelia Stoker. Tanya Valathan. Shuai Tsang. Emily Bailey. Amy Boardman. Hu Yi Alva Chan. Yun Hui Chen. Yuet Valerie Cheung. Minuan Dong. Yong Hui Duan. Yi Fang. Diane Rui Fu. Yu Hong. Amber Hopkins. Zinan Li. Hang Liang. Xishuan Liang. Jinying Lu. Jin Yui Ma. Kiagu Pan. Gemma Stanley. Ka Ki Tsang. Tianyi Wang. Shui Chung Wang. Yuri Wang. Astrid Wayadama. Brian E. Wong, Yue Yu, the Bachelor of Arts in Jewellery Design and Related Products, Lan Wang, the Higher National Diploma in Jewellery and Silversmithing, Mark Mason, Ugni Nikinateti, Robert Simpson, Master of Arts in Visual Communication and Graphic Design, Yi Ching Yao Chao, Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Design for Theatre, Performance and Events, Olivia Amos, Lydia Barnes, Megan Bladen, Anna Brown, Alex Caddick, Molly Craggs, Rebecca Elwell, Eleanor Farrow, Eloise Gale, Alexandra Jane Gallier, Amy Irwin Steens, Krishna Kashaviji, Natasha Pearson, Sophie Peters, Rebecca Saunders, Amy Schofield, Alex Smith, Anna Smith, Catherine Tunstall, Ella Wilkinson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication, Film and Animation, Alicia Ahmad. Daniela Allen. Lamar Barrett. Emily Brazier. Phoebe Capewell. Ajmal Ijak. Sabah Kassim. Joshua Leach. Uni Catalina Neshulescu. Abhishek Pandya. Nadim Razul. Precious Salazar. Natalie Sargent. Liam Simmons. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication and Graphic Communication, Oluwatomi Akindele. Kyra Andrews. Billy Baker. Wazawat Banchok Thanakit. Abigail Bills. Andrew Berney. Kimberly Bishop. Shannon Brown. Emily Kaplan. Amy Chapman. Rafi Chowdhury. Isabel Clark. Rosie Clark. Roberto Cutrera. Raja Das. Mariana de Almeida Pereira. Maria Dean. Bethan Dutton. Katie Eccles. Georgie Edrop. Rebecca Ford. Olivia Gibson. Kutsia Gulbarji. Claire Hollingworth. Suzanne Hansel. Sarina Kaur. Serena Kaur. Wei Ting Liu. Cheng Han Lee. Samuel McPherson. Katie Marchant. Eleanor Meldrum. Samuel Miles. Biking Poon. Sitong Poon. Georgina Payne. Andrula Pazuru. Yasmin Rangel. Darren Redding. Rosanna Rossetti. Loisios Sava. Ethan Sima. Emma Snell. Harry Southen. Ellis Stewart. Asma Sungar. Jasmine Turton. Elena Virginecci. Harry Woolton. Jack Ward. Kate Wells. Thomas West. Amber Whitehouse. Sakib Yassin. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication Illustration, Haziba Ali. Nazim Ali. Richard Anderson. Andreas Aristodimou. Leah Barnett. Joanna Birch. Fern Brimley. Lewis Britton. Alana Bryan. Rosemary Cattell. Lydia Chrysanthu. Jacqueline Chu. Keegan Cook. Nestory Costa. Emma Cowan. Yasmin Cowan. Clara Davis Cook. Chloe Evans. Callum Ford. Eleanor Guest. Chloe Guy. Seth Hillier. Jia Chen Hu, Caitlin Keeley, Suzanne Kwajosi, Ashley Lambert, Jenica Legata, Oliver Linney, Georgina McCavanagh, Caitlin McGovern, Ryan McIntyre, Daniel McKenna, James Mycock, Will Parks, Mia Powell, Leah Rattray, Abigail Seven, Charlie Soph, Andrew Spittle, Jennifer Spooner, Katie Sullivan, Ursulan Taj, James Tustin, Giovanni Uche, Anna Ward, Grace Ward, Matthew Ward, Jessica Weberly, Hope Williams, Bachelor of Arts in Visual Communication Illustration, Charlotte Bolton, Holly Brooks, Rebecca Connolly, Grace Owen, Leonie Small, Shane William Spain, Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Visual Communication Photography, Simona Andrea Vallau, William Beck, Jessica Brannan, Luca Crawford-Bailey, Sophie Dewhurst, Anna Edwards, Harinda Gill, Jenna Greer, Kyriakos Hagielia, Gemma Hart, Molly Hole, Michaela Howe, Benjamin Kagwamba, Alicia Knight, Emily Louise Knight Robinson, Katie Lester, Joseph Mulford, Siobhan Nash, Rosie Newton, Diana Pamakashte, Liam Pye, Zermine Shah, Samuel Shaw, Alexander Tyndall, Dan Valdez, Mariam Wahid, Jodie Wilshaw, Jonathan Wilson, Bachelor Honours in Visual Communication and Film Animation goes to Sophie Broster.
And this completes the second presentation of awards to graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. I now have the great pleasure of inviting Daisy Grice, who's graduated from our BA Hons Jewellery and Silversmithing Design for Industry programme this morning, to address the congregation. Daisy.
Good morning. It is a great honour to be asked to speak to you today, a special day for me and my family, just as I am sure it is for so many of you here today at the culmination of our studies. My time spent at Birmingham City University has been vital in giving me the chance to learn the traditional and modern skills and techniques used within the jewellery industry. I graduated from the High National Diploma course in 2015 with a distinction and went on to spend 2 years working within the industry. I returned to the School of Jewellery to study on the Design for Industry BA Hons top-up year to equip me with the skills to start my own business. With help from our supportive and knowledgeable lecturers, I was able to tailor the course to get the most out of it, ready to launch my own brand. The School of Jewellery is an exciting hub of creatives with incredible facilities and dedicated staff that gives each individual the chance to challenge themselves and reach new levels. When I started university, I had a limited understanding of jewellery and the industry and was unsure where my career would be heading. I have since finished university with a first-class honours, won multiple awards, and have been selected as one of 4 2018 Bright Young Gems, an industry-wide scheme to identify the stars of the future. This has all become reality after hard work and determination, as well as the continued support from staff and classmates. I have met some amazing and inspiring people during my time at BCU who have produced incredible work, who I hope to stay in contact with. Overall, I have had an exciting and fulfilling journey throughout my time living in Birmingham and studying at BCU. And it has made me realise what I want in life and how to get it. I cannot wait to see what life has in store for everyone. It is now time for us to take risks and go out there and achieve our goals. As we set out on the next stage of our lives, we are still individuals with our own distinct ambitions, but we are also united as a class of 2018, a permanent part of our university's history. Congratulations to you all. I now invite the Pro-Chancellor to close the ceremony.
Thank you very much, Daisy, for those kind words. Proceedings are now almost at an end, but I should like just firstly to add my own personal congratulations to the class of 2018, to hope you enjoy the rest of your day in the company of family and friends, and above all, to wish you all the luck in the world for whatever lies ahead. It's now my task to declare this congregation closed, and we'd be very grateful if guests would stand and remain in their places whilst the stage processions now leave the hall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.